Good afternoon. Welcome to State Adventures. My name is Carolina Gilcapi. I'm more than happy to put together your family's trip to Patagonia. Thank you for your patience while I gathered some information on what's available during the festive seasons, which lodges were allowed children, because there's been so many changes in Patagonia where a lot of the lodges will not allow kids on many of the excursions. So I wanted to make sure that everything that I show you on this itinerary is available for the dates, allows children, is family friendly, and all that. So let me share my screen just for a few moments so you can see the itinerary. We can discuss the logistics, and that way you can jot down any questions for me, or maybe there's some changes that you would like to see. Share those with me. This is your trip and we will build it together. It will start in Santiago. You're going to take that overnight flight on December 23rd and land on December 24th. This is festive season and it's quite a busy day in Santiago. So when you arrive, my team will be there, big sign with your name on it, a private car waiting for you to take you to your hotel. And in the afternoon, because that flight usually arrives in the morning or by noon, we will explore some of the city as it prepares for the holiday of Christmas, because it's going to be Christmas Eve. We can do some tastings, popping into shops. We can do the gondola ride to the top of San Cristobal. We can walk around. We can go to the market just to stretch our legs, just to get to know the city, see some highlights, and really take advantage of that afternoon. There is no jet lag when you arrive to Chile because you're not changing time from the United States. It's only maybe an hour or two difference. So you definitely will have some energy in the afternoon after that overnight flight. And that way you'll get to see some of the city, then check into the Pullman Hotel. Great little property, family friendly, 2 connecting rooms for your family to rest in before we take off the next day. So on the 25th, while the city is kind of in a lull because it's Christmas, we're going to leave the city and go to the coast. The coast has Viña del Mar and Valparaíso, 2 very colorful villages. Lots to explore from the outdoors. It's a beautiful ride through the vineyards to get there. We're going to have lunch. We're going to spend the day outdoors just to kind of take in the areas around Santiago, spend another day in the hotel. And now on the 26th, we are heading south to sorry, I just noticed a little typo. I'll fix that right away. Then we'll head to Patagonia. So Patagonia is this massive area that spreads across Chile and Argentina. There's southern Patagonia, where we will be heading first. And that is where, when you think of glaciers and Torres del Paine and those beautiful mountain peaks, that is southern Patagonia. And northern Patagonia is also very mountainous, but it has a lot more lakes. So the lake region is usually the northern Patagonia, and then Torres del Paine is the most famous part. So the way it will work is we will fly from Santiago to Puerto Natales or Punta Arenas. There are 2 airports and we use them both, whichever one has the better times, whichever one has available seats. Nothing is on hold until we confirm it. So there are 2 airports. We will use one or the other. And once you arrive, your lodge guide or driver will pick you up and take you to Torres del Paine. So Torres del Paine is not a town. It is a national park. And inside it, you will see ranches, lodges, hotels, and everything that you do is taken care of by the hotel. So your lodge will be Cerro Guido Ranch. Cerro Guido will take care of all your accommodations, all your transportation, all of your meals, and all of your activities. They have their own guides, their 4x4 cars, they have their own horses, they have their own local connections to the community, to the best sites, best overlooks, best trails. So it's a really wonderful experience. So we will spend 4 nights there. And the way that it works is that they have a kind of a list of activities every day. And I pasted it on here for you. I think I pasted 17 activities that they offer. So maybe on Mondays, they will do these 3 hikes. And on Tuesday, they do these hikes or these 4x4 tours. And on Wednesday, they do these horseback riding activities or soft hikes, and so on and so on. So every day, they usually have 4 or 5 available. And you kind of sit down with a guide and you plot out your 4 days at Cerro Guido. So every day you can do a 1 full day excursion, which means you're probably gone for 8 hours. Or you can instead have 2 half-day excursions, maybe 2-hour hike or a horseback ride or riding bikes or going fishing, and then have a break in between. So you make those decisions, you decide, you see what's available. The guides will kind of walk you through what the difficulty is. They will have all the descriptions of all the activities. They will tell you all about it because they do them every day. But I just love that freedom that you kind of are in charge of building your activities. And then, of course, climate will come into play, weather will come into play. So if it's pouring, they will say, hey, let's do a 4x4 car instead of going on a horse or something like that. So they are very, very flexible. Meals are included. So when you wake up, you always have breakfast at the lodge. When you are out on a full day excursion, they will pack a beautiful lunch for you and you will have it al fresco somewhere on a hike. Or when you do your 2 half-day excursions, then you have your lunch in the ranch. And then all dinners are always at the ranch because there are no restaurants. There are nowhere else to go. You are really at the bottom of the continent, at the end of the world. That will definitely feel like it. Beautiful views, beautiful wildlife spotting. For photography, it's a lot of fun. So please bring cameras for your little ones as well. They will have so much fun. And on the ranch itself, they can run around, they can see sheep shearing, they can see all the horses getting taken care of, they can talk to the local gauchos. It's a lot of fun because it's a very big family atmosphere here in Patagonia. So you will do that for 4 nights. This is just an idea of what like taking a picnic out on horseback riding looks like. And after we're done with our southern Patagonia, we will go back to that airport. So out of the park, 3 hours to the closest airport, and we will fly to Puerto Montt. And Puerto Montt is the main airport in northern Patagonia, in the Lake District of Chile. And the main city is called Puerto Varas. So once we land in Puerto Montt, it's about a 45-minute drive to the town of Puerto Varas. We're going to check into our hotels. Now we're switching back into 2 rooms, connecting or directly next to each other on a lake. This is December in Puerto Varas. This is summer. It's going to be green and blue skies and white clouds and really beautiful time to explore. Because in southern Patagonia, even though it's summer, it still will be much cooler than everywhere else in Chile because you are, you are near Patagonia, you are near glaciers and things like that. So the temperature is cooler and much windier. So while we're in Puerto Varas for 4 nights, the northern Patagonia for 4 nights, it's all about lakes. It's all about small, charming villages. It's all about the volcanoes, waterfalls, and all of the excursions that we have included here are operating. They are waiting for you. They are run privately. So you'll have your own English-speaking guide and your driver to show you all around. This part of the world is very much like Switzerland or Germany. It reminds me of that a lot because there are so many people from Germany and Switzerland who have settled here and brought their customs and their architecture. So actually lots of chocolate production, lots of cheese production, great wines. So it's a really beautiful part of the world, but also surrounded by lakes and beautiful trails. And we will show you all of that in a 4-day stay with your guides, with your drivers. Now, after your 4-night stay, on day 12, which will be January 3rd, we're going to pick you up, take you to the airport, and fly you back to Santiago, where you will take your flight home. So that is your 12-day activity or 12-day itinerary. This is based on 2 adults and 2 children with everything that I've listed included. Let me know your thoughts. What do you like? How do you feel about the lodges? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. We are here to help. We can, of course, tweak it any way you'd like. Happy travels.